Check 1 2.
Hello, Chalky Nation. You're tuning into 1.43 a.m. Super Crush Central.
Super Crush Central. I
Ooh.
forgot that I muted my microphone. Haha.
He muted his
I muted
microphone.
my microphone. How is the audio, guys? Make sure to let
Let
us
me
know the
see.
audio, or else I don't know what's going on. I can't read meters, honestly. Like, I can kind of tell, but you know, it's
Kagu, you're a bit quiet. You're always a bit quiet on
Really?
stream. Why is that?
well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, literally,
what's going on?
I'm at 0 dB.
Is it just because I'm too loud?
I don't know, actually. Should I turn you down a bit? You're at 100. Oh, 103. My bad. Sorry. And
Oh, buddy.
Blake is at 90. I mean, I think we're fine. Are we fine? Is Kagu at recording volume? No, I'm not actually. I'm looking at my knob right now, and it's like
Blake's
70%?
icon is throwing me off so bad.
it's we got Doki here with us.
Live in the flesh.
Live in the flesh. Oh my god. What's funny is that, like, actually, no, that is just your icon. I forgot, like, you didn't change it.
Yeah.
I think our audio is okay
It's
now.
okay?
I think.
Okay. I just have to talk directly into my microphone because I have a dynamic microphone.
Okay.
It's
That
a
makes sense
Pain in
then.
the butt. Let me turn
Classic.
Classic
Hello,
dynamic.
Chalky Nation.
Hi, Chalky Nation.
You're tuning into 1.43 a.m. Super Crush Central. How is everyone doing tonight?
Yeah. How is everyone doing tonight?
How we feeling, chat?
How are you guys feeling tonight? Are you guys ready for the breakdown?
I'm ready to break down.
Okay, all right. I mean, that could have been done earlier. Like, we had a lot of time to prep, beforehand. So just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, nice.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about Super Crush Central.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Super Crush Central. How we came to do Super Crush Central.
So I guess we'll just start at the beginning?
Yeah, how far in the beginning do we want to start? Like,
what started the song existing?
Yeah.
What prompted it?
So basically, at the very beginning of the planning process, when we first came up with the concept of EP2, we knew that we wanted it to be a pop album. So then I said to Kagura, I really want to have a girl pop song. And that's sort of where it started. And it's really funny, and we'll go. Kagu has all the drafts ready, but it's really funny because we went through so many drafts of a potential girl pop song, and Super Crush itself, I think, was written like
in about
after BS Song came out. Like, it was written really close to the deadline of the release, where it was just like we needed something stat. So how many drafts was it? Like,
it was five drafts. It was pretty funny. Because originally we had one draft that we thought we were like, okay, this fits the vibe for a little bit, and then we made that draft in like February.
It was a long time. So yeah, it took a long time because we really wanted to hone in on. Well, the brief was we wanted a girl pop song, and then every single draft, it always felt like there was something just not quite fitting the vision. But maybe we should start from the beginning. Do you have like Me to You?
Yes.
Is that the first one? Is Me to You the first one?
Me to You is the first one. So here we have all of the, it says 6 drafts because there was a draft where I noodled over.
Well, actually no, because here's the thing. There was an earlier draft than Me to You.
Oh, I didn't find that one. It must have been really bad.
There's one that's earlier than Me to You, and it was the one that sounded too J-pop.
Oh, that was this one, the Jelly Song. That was Jelly Song.
No.
Even
Jelly
earlier?
Song is the one. The Jelly Song came after Me to You.
What?
So there was so basically
I'm
when I
scrolling
told
right now.
Kagu I wanted like a girl pop song, he had made one, and basically the notes were is that it was too J-pop and it was not like quirky enough as a pop song. So then that one was redrafted into Me to You, which we actually had like a chorus top line for, and we sat on that one for the longest time because we thought that one was gonna make it into the album. Like in all of our notes for EP2, like the track listing, like all of that information said Me to You.
Yeah.
Because we thought that one was gonna be the one. It was not the one.
It was not the one, unfortunately. I'm trying to scroll through the chat and I'm being
I'll scroll. You can show the chat Me to You.
Okay, because I'm trying to scroll and there is literally like a big wall of text. Remember when you were explaining the children of Hurin or something? And a big
No, this was no. The first draft of Girl Pop preceded the Chalky Work server.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not even in the work server because it was before that. Anyway, you show chat Me to You.
Okay.
You show chat Me to You. I will try to find the other stuff.
Okay, wait, do you have the version with the top line? Because I actually don't think I have that.
It's in the work server.
It's in the work server? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here is... I won't show you guys the whole thing because I don't think there's like a point to share the whole thing, right? But here's a little sample of what we called the wacky song. And the idea was just like, it's quirky, you know? It's quirky teen pop. And it's... Yeah.
It was okay.
It was okay.
It's not a bad song. It just didn't really fit the vision.
Yeah, and then the chorus just went like, you know, there's the bed squeak. You had the weird lead going on. Yeah, it feels very summery, honestly, looking back at it.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the ending chorus, I thought it'd be really funny if we had like a little cat meow meow. So, you know, there's 059 funny cat or 051 funny cat. Royalty free vibe? Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
It is kind of royalty free.
It is kind of royalty free, yeah. And then I was like, what if I like YOASOBI pianoed over it? I thought that was kind of cool for a little bit, but it just didn't. The more we sat on it, the more we kind of just realized that it didn't hit, just cause like as we just kind of drafted a couple of top lines. Like I remember at first like we really liked the Me to You top line, and then afterwards it was just like, well, not really feeling the vibe anymore. So after
So was that one Me to You or was that before Me to You?
This one was Me to You. I think Lorian's trying to find the before Me to You. After Me to You was this Jelly song.
Found it.
You found it? Okay.
I found it.
You found it.
I don't know which one is the...
Oh?
Let me download it and then send it to you so that... I'm trying to find the
witness
latest version of it. I think this is like the earliest version of it. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's what we want to hear.
Oh my god, guys. Oh, it's just girl_pop. Oh my god. You know it's good when it's just girl_pop.
Oh, and then
It's
I found the
mono.
latest version. You
Wait,
want to
this
guess
is the Jelly
what you
song.
named? Oh, it is the Jelly song.
This is
Okay,
the
never
Jelly
mind. I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Wait,
The first
hold on.
time Kagu was right.
Hold on.
Lorian.
Wait. Before you
Bless.
show that, did you show the version with the top line?
I didn't see, no, I didn't. I couldn't scroll up enough for the Me to You with the top line.
Is it not pinned?
I don't think so. I don't think it was pinned. I'm scrolling though. I'm still scrolling.
It's literally right here. Oh
Oh.
my god.
Teehee. Oh, I found it.
Yeah.
Here it is. Okay, Me to You. Here we go.
Could you be L-I-E-V-E? You and I are meant to be, so I don't say no. It's K-I-L-L-I-A. so oh, 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 don't go. Yeah, I sat on this one for a really long time because I didn't dislike it, but then at some point when the rest of the album was a bit more fleshed out, I realized I wanted something more like upbeat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember there was at one point where Kagu, you were just like, what if we just up the tempo of this inst? But
Yeah.
it didn't really work.
It did
so
not
we were
work.
just like, let's just scrap this and make another one.
Yeah, because at that point, because I mean, we had this Me to You in March, and then it was like August essentially, and we were kind of just like trying to put everything together and get ready for September and October. So this was the one thing. This was basically the last thing on the production list, and we really needed to get this done, get her
Yeah.
done. So
Get her done.
yeah. In the interim, I made 2 more songs between then and August, and the one of them was the Jelly song, and I call it
Well,
the Jelly
actually,
song. Yeah.
the thing is, the Jelly song was written before Me to You. That's what I found
Oh right,
in the
right.
chats.
We-
This came before. Yeah, this was the first draft.
the first draft, it was too J-poppy, and I agree, because it's quite J-poppy. And if you guys can recognize it, I don't know if how many of our chatters, how many of our viewers recognize Face Connect. But this turned into Jelly Hoshiumi's Break Into My Heart. Yeah, just it needed a home. And I was like, I don't want to just like leave it. Yeah, and then after the Jelly song, there was Me to You, and then after Me to You, I went on a New Jeans study like craze. I basically just listened to New Jeans nonstop for almost 6 months, and this is what came out of it. Because at the time we were just like, okay, like what do we want to do if we don't want to do this like quirky, like oh my god, love in school kind of thing vibe. And
Yeah.
so then we were like, okay, let's do something that's more chic, more like. Well, I think honestly I was just like, let's do New Jeans. And this one also didn't pass.
It had
my
the
check.
same problem as the original Me to You, where it was too slow. We're not slow, but it was too chill.
Yeah. So dropped this one and eventually went through this, which is another study actually. This one I went with something that's more like illit. After listening to a couple of their songs. And this was closer to what we wanted, but it still just didn't hit the mark. I think it was still too summery. Yeah. And then in between all that, I made, I think what's closest to Super Crush Central, this one song. And I'm only showing a little of that because I actually do want to release it. But that I think was also made in between, like we were trying to figure out the drafts and stuff like that. And I think that was kind of like a spiritual like predecessor to Super Crush Central.
Which is funny because that one's not actually released yet.
No, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Hint,
not.
hint, nudge, nudge.
Guys.
You guys should follow Kagu to find out when that song releases.
Yeah. Yup. Yeah. Cries. But yeah, so we went through a lot. I think especially like the last stretch of August. I think I got this aha thing in the first week of August. And then we were like, okay, no, this isn't the vibe. So like 10 days later, I got this Sickly Sweet one. And then we're like, okay, no, this isn't the vibe. And then so another 10 days go by, and then we get Super Crush Central. And then it was like, oh, we got it. And I was like, yes!
It was pretty obvious as soon as I heard the Super Crush demo. I was like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was...
You've got it.
It's just when a demo clicks, it just clicks.
Yeah.
It's kind of a feeling more than like a logical assessment. It's like this is the one.
Yeah,
and
no,
we just know it.
Yeah, especially because it's like I think it's easy to gauge the room. Like when you see like for example, when you put out like a demo and no top line is, showing up for it, then it's like, okay, all right, let's switch up the
Yeah,
vibe a little
I
bit.
got the message.
Yeah, exactly.
I tried. I didn't get
Yeah.
anything good, which is why I didn't send anything.
Yeah. No, and I got that, and I was like, okay, so we need to like kind of change gears a little bit. I think the hardest part was figuring out what to keep and what to move in terms of like how we want to switch up the vibe, that kind of thing.
Let's talk about that then. Like, what
Mm.
did you change? Like, what made the Super Crush demo different, you
The
think, from all the predecessors?
The main thing was definitely the rhythm and the bass line. Because I think I was putting too much emphasis on like building a chord progression, which is ironic because I think like these type of songs, they have like one chord progression, they just stick through it from front to back, and that's it. But
Yeah.
I was trying to
Hmm.
build something there, and it was just kind of falling apart until I realized like I really should be focusing more on the overall rhythm if it's like a pop bop, right?
Yeah.
So the bop idea just kind of stuck in my head, and I was like, okay, if I listen to this song, I really need to be able to like nod my head to it, to kind of headbang, that kind of thing. And that was the driving, I guess, like movement behind Super Crush Central is rhythm,
Right.
and just focus on rhythm and
Yeah.
bass. And that's how eventually I got this bass line where I just kind of like started playing on the piano a little bit, and then just kind of just putting notes, well, just focusing on like the root note progression of the chords and just like making something like funky. um and that's how we got, oh,
Mm.
I need to change these filters, and that's how we got this.
Psst, can you screen share?
Oh, I'm not
Yeah,
screen
can you
sharing.
screen share?
Boopsies.
I keep having to unmute the stream and
My
like not hear.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. Um, a big like inspiration, I'm sure you guys probably have heard, is Illet's Islet?
I think it's Islet.
Islet, damn it. Okay, Islet, Islet's Magnetic. That was like a huge earworm for me at the time. And the rhythm was just something I really, really liked.
I want.
Yeah.
You can't sing too much of it.
Oh, really? It's that bad?
I
No, you're good.
mean,
Yeah. And just that was just like the main like driving movement. Like I don't know how to describe it other than just like driving a car at like 100 miles per hour. Like and driving a car at like just barreling down like 100 miles per hour
mhm.
on
And
like
it
a freeway.
sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, and it really sticks. And then after that, I was just like, okay, what are the most annoying but earworm kind of like ideas I can think of? And I just like tossed them all in there. Yeah.
The most annoying.
Yeah, because one thing that like resonates in those like songs, I think, is just like there are elements that are just kind of annoying, and but they're just there enough so that they're pleasant enough so that they just kind of stick in your head. And so that kind of just like, I guess, addictive substance on top of addictive substances, just like stacking them,
Mhm.
and then boom.
Yeah.
And that's how we kind of got here. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess we could go into like the actual layers of the song, of Supercross Central now that we're here in the project file. Waha.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah. There honestly isn't that much. I think the philosophy behind like EP2, I think still rings true throughout the entire EP of just keeping things like close together and simple.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leaving space for the vocals to really go in and do the work. I think like if you hear the instrumental by itself, I think there's a lot of space. There's just a real like it's full, but there's just a lot
Mhm.
of room for vocals to just kind of do whatever. And that is, that's just been the idea for I think most of EP2. Um,
Mhm.
so we have the chord section, which is just simple, like a simple 4-3-5-1 4-3-5-2-1 progression, and it's just like a pocket chord progression that I just like to use a lot, just because it's easy to bounce ideas off of using a Juno synth, because it has like a little like meow like kind of tone to it.
You kept the meow
yes.
synth
I
a
kept the
little
meow
bit
synth. Meow
in
synth, yeah.
spirit.
In spirit, I wanted like something like a meow something, you know what I mean? But as you can see, in terms of the annoying elements, I have this one named fart.
Annoying element.
Wait, it's
Yeah.
called fart.
Yeah, this pattern's called fart, and this one's called lead lel. And this was actually inspired. I didn't realize until I walked into this project file and I saw these like poison, and I was like, "What's poison?" I clicked into this, and I realized that this was inspired by Hess actually, because I was talking to Hess about music production, and Hess was like, "Yeah, I just really like using FL Studio stock like plugins because it's really interesting how you can just find like sounds that sound really good." And I'm just like, huh, when was the last time I scrolled through a random FL Studio stock like synthesizer? And so I think I literally just typed P by accident when you're scrolling through, because like when you're going and replacing, you can type a letter, and if it's the only one, oh, it's not the only one, but I guess I just saw poison and I was like, huh, funny. And so I just started selecting sounds from this bank, and that's how we got this little like, and I was like, wow, that is really annoying. And then so I was like, let's layer.
That's really annoying.
That's
Let's do
really
it.
annoying. Exactly. And then
Guys, please don't let it be the outcome of the stream where everybody just went, ah, yes, they set out to make an annoying song.
okay, you know, it's
Okay,
like,
but
wow, that's really
here's
catchy.
the annoying parts are like what give it its like sticking character though.
Yeah,
I
you're
think.
right.
Yeah, and then this lead lel, I'm so creative with how I name my patterns. They really help me like get in the mood, right?
Yeah.
So it's really, I guess
Wow,
it's
that's so annoying. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's exactly Kaku's mindset.
yeah, exactly. Like this kind of just going from like 1 2 3 4 5 literally, you know, on the keyboard is just like, to me it drives me insane, but it's so fun. It's just so fun.
If you play it by itself, it's very annoying.
It is,
Yeah.
it is, yeah. But I just kept stacking elements, and like a big part of what I've been trying to do, not just I think with Chalkey, but just as a whole, is I've been trying to play a lot more than I just sit here and like, you know, write MIDI into the piano roll, because that connection of playing a MIDI keyboard or like an instrument into the DAW, I think it just feels more natural, and you develop ideas that like feel more fluid, if that makes sense. So putting those together, they're just like mirroring each other left and right. It's kind of just like adding layers on top of layers. And then I was like, we need a bell, because what's like a pop song without like a little like sparkly element, right? I was thinking like sparkles. I was thinking like, wow, literally going insane, diving into like a puddle of rainbows, that kind of like vibe, right? So like once we have like the intro section, we introduce like the bass to really just like slam everybody, right? Because like the idea that I really wanted to have was just like that overwhelming sense of like obsession, right? Because as we talked more about like the themes behind the song, of how like Head Above Water was kind of like the more darker tone song about like obsession. This one was the more like bright and like really like in your face, but very almost like throw up, vomit, sweet kind of song.
Yeah.
So it's like with these type of songs, for me, how I like to approach them really is just you take a simple element and just keep stacking layers over and over again until you get a sound that you like. And that's what happened here. Like I just stacked everything together, like this little meow synth, and then this like what is this even actually? Just like another pad to just create like a massive amount of warmth. And then we just add in drums, and then boom, that's the entire song.
It's a
much.
very simple song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. A big part also was this drum loop that I like found. There's just something so quirky about it. It just and I was like, wow, that's really nice. And I just dragged it in. But yeah, working with samples, is just really fun, I think, especially for something like I think they just help me get a lot of inspiration. But yeah, that is honestly, like, I'm looking at the rest of the project. That is basically the entire song.
Wow,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
over and over
Cool.
and over and over.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
That's so crazy.
That's
What a
so
throwback.
crazy.
Throwback.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Lorian,
right.
talk about lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after Kagu went through his 5 layers of hell, coming up with all these different drafts and stuff, I did go back and check the time. I finished the top line. Okay, hold on.
Wait,
Let
sorry,
me.
Zal said, how about the background vocals in the song? I'll get to that.
Oh,
We
hell
will
yeah.
get to. Oh yeah, we will get to that. There's like a whole story about the background vocals and why that's in there. But let me just get you guys a sense of the timeline because I think this is really funny.
It's
So
hilarious.
this was thrown into our production chat on August 24th. And then on September 8th, I had written the entire song in one day.
Yeah, you
Um,
went beast mode on this.
so basically, what happened was at the time I was dying because I was also trying to finish recording for the BS song, which was going to come out like literally, I think the week after I wrote it. So I was trying to record BS song, and I was also trying to finish up Ha, and finishing this song has been on my mind the entire time. And basically, the lesson that I learned from recording the BS song was that I really hated having to go back and record it again after I wrote the demo separately because there's something about like I don't know if I don't know if this is common, but for me specifically, it's really hard for me to get back into the same head slash voice space where I'm writing a demo and I got the tone of the song down, and then when I have to go back and record it, it's just somehow not the same like tone that I had in mind. And the issue that I had with BS song and that one took forever to record was because I had this very specific like apathetic tone when I recorded the demo and I was trying to replicate it and I just couldn't get it for like a month. So going into Super Crush, I said to myself, I am just going to sit down for a day and record and write the whole thing in one sitting so that I don't have to deal with that again. So I remember very distinctly so I had heard this song when Kagu first sent it and I was just like, yeah, this is good. And then I didn't touch it again because my other quirk when I'm top lining is if I listen to it too many times and I lose like my top lining because then I just start following the synths basically in the track and the synth melodies. So I listened to it once before when Kagu sent it. I didn't listen to it again. I woke up on the morning of the 8th, and I think it was a Sunday. I remember because nobody else was in the house. I put it on for one time again, and I was just like, oh God, I have to wake up and write this. I went downstairs to get water, and I kid you not, I was in the kitchen boiling water, and I was just being like, okay, I need to write a like girl pop song, like a girl crush song, like a super crush song, like a super crush, super crush, super crush central. And I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy.
What the fuck?
That is
crazy.
wild.
That is actually
So
insane.
then when I was in the kitchen trying to finish boiling my water, I was trying to finish boiling my water and I was just muttering to myself, super crush, super crush central, super crush, super crush central. And I was just like thinking in my brain, I was just like, oh my God, I genuinely hope, I pray to God that this will actually fit on the instrumental because at that point I did not remember what it sounded like. And then I was trying to get like finish breakfast, so I was just like repeating it to myself because I didn't want to forget and I didn't have my phone with me so I couldn't just record it. And I was just like, okay, what is the logical conclusion to super crush, super crush central? And I was just like, okay, it's super crush central. All my girls get 'em. And that was just all in the kitchen. And then I ran back upstairs and I recorded that.
Literally in the kitchen cooking.
You were literally cooking.
Literally
Oh my
cooking.
God.
Literally cooking. I ran back upstairs. I opened my good friend Audacity. Yes, I recorded in Audacity. Um, and then I put it in and it fit. It fit, and I was just like, oh my God, this is like I had a stroke of genius. Like, holy shit, like I did it. And then I just stood there and I sat there for like another like 30 minutes being like, okay, well, I have the chorus, but what does this mean?
What does this mean? The
Yeah.
hardest
Like
part to
what
resolve.
like what does this mean? Like I have the hook now. So then I was just like, well, obviously it's about girls and their crushes, right? And around this time was actually, it's really funny how this happened. Around this time, like a lot of my friends, like a lot of our friends, a lot of our were going through like crushes, and we were there was a lot of talk about like having crushes and like the interactions that people would have with their crushes. And I, at that point, was like, okay, I'm gonna go message the chat and say and ask if I can use their anecdotes in the song. So I went and did that, and then everybody was just like, yes, please write us into your song. And so 90% of all of the like little stories in Super Crush are based on real things that people have said.
Yep.
The only part
Oop.
that's made up, sort of, is the part in the beginning where it's like you show up to a party and your crush is there. Um, that's sort of because I wanted that was the part that I made up because I was thinking of like how do I start off this song? Let's start it off at a party because I feel like that feels thematically correct.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else from that point on, like after the setup of like walking into the party, face, eyes, makeup ready, like, oh my God, hi, I didn't know you were gonna be here. Like this part is made up. Everything else after that is pretty much like based on people's anecdotes, like people going like, oh my God, why won't he text me back? Like I spent hours stalking him on social media just to find out where he is. And it was like a lot of it was reflecting like how our friend group,
We're going
I guess,
insane.
we're going insane, yeah. And every time
Mhm.
something happened, it would just be like, all right, vibe check, guys. Is this a red flag or a green flag? You
Yeah.
know? Like it's
Yeah.
very real, I think, all of these
Mhm.
scenarios. Like it sounds crazy in the context of this song, but it's actually very real, where it's just like you go up to your friends and just like, yeah, guys, like if he said this to me, is this a red flag or a green flag? Like, are they interested in me? Like is it like is it real or is it just in my head? And it's just very representative, I think, of what people feel when they get crushes because it's based on very real things that happened.
Right.
Like the twirling my hair, like kicking my feet, like these are real texts that I found
These are
in the
real
group
texts.
chat. These are real texts.
And we know
Um,
exactly who to attribute it to, but we won't tell you who they
yeah,
are.
and the whole like checking astrology, asking ChatGPT, like if all the red flag sections, if he takes you out and he doesn't say it's a date, if we're playing games and he just gets mad at me for no reason, he really likes this character that's based on Jane Doe. I can say that because a lot of people have the same experience about Jane Doe, apparently. When we're
Uh,
talking and suddenly he brings up another girl, are you serious? I think we should kill him. Like all of this stuff is like very real. And then so I wrote the verses and then I already had the chorus, and then there was this one section of the instrumental that I wanted to save for like a post chorus like refrain thing. So I was just like, okay, what are we going to do for this? And I said, well, what does Super Crush Central sound like? It sounds like a radio station. So then I started googling like random I started googling numbers that mean love.
oh.
And
That's crazy.
it didn't really bring me anywhere, but then I remembered there's like the 143, so I love you is one letters and then four letters and then three letters.
I didn't know that actually.
I
I had
didn't.
no
Yeah,
idea.
Oh, I'm
that's where
surprised you didn't go with 520.
so I did find that, but I think 520 is a bit too Asian
Ah, that's
specific.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so the one that I found, so there was 520, there was 521, and then there was 1413, but these are all I think very Asian specific.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be too like on the nose for it. And it was also about like what would sound good in the chant. Like you're tuning into Super Crush Central 5.20. Like
That's
it doesn't sound
true.
good.
That's true. Okay.
So then it was 1.43 AM because AM sounded better than FM, even though I think FM is more recognizable as radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AM still it's passable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still works.
And then I got stuck thinking about the last line, and then suddenly it hit me. It's just like, oh my God, it's a radio show. They're listening to the radio program.
Yeah.
Why can't you get with the program?
Ouch.
And the program is like the program of these girls with their crushes, right? So yeah, that's basically how the whole thing. And then I wrote this. Oh, okay, so let me see. I sent the first demo with just the chorus section at 3:58 p.m. and then by 4:45 I had finished the entire song.
Hell yeah.
You
So-
went psycho mode on that.
Actually.
Yeah, I did go pretty psycho on this. And then so and remember, I was recording while I was writing it. So at this point I already had all the mains recorded, and then I just had to go back and record the harms. And then while I was doing that, one of the girls in the group, I showed it to like the group chat, and one of them was just like, you know what would be fun is if we all like screamed kill him at the kill him part. And I was just like, that's a really good idea. What if we did chants for the whole song? So then I had people record like the chants in the chorus, and then also the red flag at the red flag section, and of course the kill him. And that's basically how it came together.
Yeah.
Like at least the vocal parts.
That's
yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
1.43
4-3.
AM.
It's really funny because I was really curious about how people were gonna receive this song, because on one hand it was a very like spontaneous, like I did this so fast. I didn't know if people were gonna like it because, you know, like when you feel like your work might be received proportional to how much time you put into it. But then the other thing that happened was literally I could not get this song out of my head.
Nobody could.
It was genuinely like bordering on insanity. Like I would go to places that weren't the Chalky work server, and then I had to go back to the Chalky work server because I didn't want to spoil the song, and I would just type the lyrics in chat.
Yeah.
And then Blake would just be like, yeah, super crush, super
Oh,
crush.
I was definitely feeding it for sure.
Yeah, I remember to this day I still call it Super Crush instead of Super Crush Central, just because it's just ingrained into my head, just Super Crush Central, you know.
It's literally this whole section in the entire like work chat where it's just us spitting the lyrics back at each other.
Yeah.
That was like, I'd say that's like most of the correspondence for this song, honestly.
And the Children of Hurin. That
Yeah.
was
Well, yeah.
that was
Barring
huge.
that, yes.
Yeah. That was
The Children of Hurin, it was at the time I was reading some like Lord of the Rings lore. Children of Hurin is like one of the short stories in the Lord of the Rings.
huge tragedy.
It's a tragedy, yes. But I was also doing that. Well, it's unrelated, but that's why
It inspired the song.
It's unrelated but relevant.
It's unrelated but relevant because there's literally multiple scrolls of me trying to explain to Kagu what the Children of Hurin was about.
Yeah. Very riveting, actually. I was very interested.
Yeah, so then after all of that was done, and after we got all the chants, we sent this all over to our wonderful tune timer, Jen Ekra.
Who died for
could
this?
not- Yes, who died for this, which is why she's not here today. No,
You'll
she's
have
not
a
dead.
moment of silence for Jenna
Oh,
Gra.
okay, yeah. Moment of silence, okay.
Thank you all for the moment of
That was
silence for
short.
That was a really short
Wonderful.
moment. Like, what are you
was a really
counting?
It was a
Like,
moment.
It was, oh God.
Can we? Okay, let's roll it back. Let's do it again.
Yeah. One more. See, that was more like a regular moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
She's got work to do.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. So we sent that over to Jen, and Jen did an amazing job tune timing the whole thing, lining up all the chants, and having to listen to the song like
Over and
the
over
100th
again.
time.
Jen was the real like unsung hero of all this, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jen also has chants because I said, "Hey Jen, do you want to do the chants too?" And Jen was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Jen is also in the chants.
More chants. You can never have enough people to do chants. Like you can always get
Hmm.
more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, after Jen was finished that, we shipped it over to Blake.
Oh, you sure
Yeah.
did.
There you
Yeah.
go. You want to screen share
Your
your
time to
lovely project?
screen my share.
Time to share your screen. Oh, wait, no, I walked into that. Oh, I don't
Can
get the
you see?
sound. I don't get the sound anymore. 1 second. Let me just. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. I got
Don't.
this.
Oh,
I'm
oh.
not gonna dox my DMs. Hee
Can you
there we
hear it?
go. Play it again. Yeah, we can hear it. Sorry.
Yep, you
Sorry,
can.
guys.
Sorry, that is the full mastered volume. My
How many
bad.
lufs is that? 5? Negative.
It's like -7.
Oh, only -7? Shit, dude. I'm gonna go dev.
Are you gonna hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Cool. Yeah. So let me get the chat open on my screen real quick. I had to cover up the Timberwolves versus Nuggets game for a moment.
Oh my. Oh my god.
I'm awake now. Yeah, you better be awake. It's Super Crush Central time.
Right.
You're tuning
Okay.
into Super Crush
You are
Central 1.43.
motherfucker. You're tuning into Super Crush Central. Okay, man. What do I want to talk about with this? So the main thing with this song for me was the chants. Like that's what I really wanted to get right because that is like such a specific identity for a song to have is like being based around these like this group of girls that is like obsessive over their crushes and like to me that screams like chants. Like we need the chants. We need the girls to be all like uh kind of in a group together.
Right.
And that's my favorite part of the song, honestly, is the chants.
Me
So
too.
I spent a lot of time like getting these to sit right. I probably restarted the chain on them like 4 separate times just to
Oh my
like
god.
because it wasn't hitting right. Uh, but yeah, here is what the acapella sounds like.
Super, super crush central. All my girls, all my girls get up. Super, super crush, super crush central. All my girls, all my.
So like chants are like really there in your ears
Yeah.
in the sides.
I love how they're
Here's
panned.
what they sound like. They're all just hard panned. No, never mind. There's 4 chants each.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's 2 chants each. Lorian has 6 of them. That's why.
Oh,
Jen has
I
4.
see. I see.
Yeah, so Jen has 4 chants. Lorian has 6 chants, and then everyone else has 2.
I see.
So I
I see.
panned the people that have 2 just
Yeah.
left and right.
Right.
And then Jen I did like hard panned and then half panned, and then
Oh,
Lorian
okay.
I did it was hard panned, mid panned, and then like half panned.
I see. Cool. Okay.
And then what else? Let's see.
Oh, what about talking about recreating the effects because of how they
Oh
were
yeah.
exported? I think you did a really good job at
Yeah.
recreating them.
I did the best I could.
Yeah. They were really good. They were really good.
So yeah, when
Tell the
Kagu sent me
chat
the
your story.
when Kagu sent me the instrumental, it needed some mix work, to put it lightly. There was some issues with it that I wanted to fix. I'll turn it back up. That's clipping. Why is that clipping?
Oh shit.
What happened?
I don't know. Is it because it's funneling through the master?
Yeah, probably. Anyways, here, let me turn this back up. So there's some low end muddiness in here that I wanted to clean up.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me get the stems going. I put the stems in, and there was no this like effect here. It wasn't there, and I was like, oh shit, okay, that's a bit crusher, obviously. So I put that on, and I was like, why isn't it sounding the same? It just sounded like a bit crusher normally.
Yeah.
It didn't have that same kind of like high end thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, let me put OTT on it. It's probably what he did on
Mm-hmm.
the master with like some kind of, I don't know. Knowing Kagu, he probably did that. So I did
Teehee.
that, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. But like it still wasn't hitting right. And then I was like, Kagu, what did you do to these effects? And he, in addition to all that, there was a tape stop, which I wouldn't have known.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also he automated the dry wet of an EQ on the master.
Yeah.
So instead of opening a low pass filter like you would normally do, he just like dry wet faded it out.
Yeah, because it was, it was quick and dirty and easy on my end. I
Yeah,
didn't.
and I literally would have never ever thought to do that
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
if he hadn't told me.
Yeah, because there was something charming versus opening up the entire frequency versus like fading in the actual song and
Yeah,
then like the I guess the wet fading out the wet of the pro cue, which I thought was just really
yeah,
funny. Madness. It lines up with how insane this song is.
yeah. I was like, all right, whatever, fine. I'll automate the dry wet of a
Yeah.
Pro Q3 for the first time in my entire life.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah. So that was pretty funny.
yeah.
But like other than that, the chants were the main thing, and like I don't know, the
Super
vocals,
crush,
the
super,
names.
super,
Sorry, this is loud again.
No, you're
super,
fine.
We
super
slapped
crush,
autotune on
super,
it.
super crush central.
Yes, I put auto. So in addition to Jen's amazing tuning and timing, I also put auto tune on all of the mains and the
Mm-hmm.
harms and the doubles.
Yeah.
Uh,
If it's the
just
vibe.
because that's the sound. Like that
Mm-hmm.
is every pop song has auto tune on it, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the tuning and timing just makes it more accurate.
Yeah.
It won't hit like inaccurate notes if if it's already tuned and timed. It
Right.
just adds a little bit of like polish and like finishing sauce to it.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, but yeah, the chain is it's not anything crazy. It's just like EQ or it's auto tune EQ, a little bit of soothe, some saturation, a little bit of OTT into a high end sweetener, little tracking compression, and then the actual compression, and then RVox, and then de-esser. It's like I use this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, what else? Oh, there's one thing with the chance where I really wanted to. I made a note of it here. I
Mm-hmm.
think we should kill him with like
Oh yeah.
a million exclamation points because I
Yeah.
was like, this needs to be like the most insane sounding part of the song.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
So
should kill
yeah, so like
Another girl. Are you serious? I think we should kill him. Super, super.
I heard that and I was like, how do I make this sound like as like crazy as possible
Mm-hmm.
without it hurting my ears?
Mm-hmm.
Kill him.
Uh,
That's beautiful. Holy shit.
I think I like did I change the panning on? No, I didn't. I didn't change the panning. No, here's what I did. Okay, so for the red flag section,
Yeah.
I like narrowed the panning a little bit
Mm-hmm.
Red flag.
and I
Oh.
made it a little uneven
Red flag.
so it sounded more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Red flag.
And then when it came to the kill him part,
Kill him.
I made it fully wide again, like as it is in the choruses.
Oh, that's subtle but very effective.
Yeah, because like when it's further into the center,
Yeah.
it's a little less energetic, I
Right.
feel.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a narrow
Uh,
cone, and then you have the
yep.
full. Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Super immersive.
Super,
Yeah.
super. Yeah.
yeah. But I think I also added a little bit of distortion onto this at the end
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, how do I make this sound crazy? Well,
Right.
you distort it.
Kill him.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. It's crazy how it sounds so clean too.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little bit of like just a little bit of saturation. You wouldn't
Mhm.
even notice it. Like I think let me hear what it sounds like turned off
Kill him.
and then on. Not that. Hello.
Kill him.
That's off still.
Kill him.
It's like so
Oh,
subtle.
yeah, it is.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Is there anything like people want to know specifically?
Yeah, if anybody has any questions about, well, any part,
Mm-hmm.
really,
Feel free to ask them
Yeah.
in the chat and we'll address
Please,
them.
please ask them in the
Yeah.
chat and we will answer them.
Yeah. Looking
Yes,
at the
yes, yes.
project now, like just kind of like retroactively like looking back, it's really cool how we all kind of came together with like simple ideas, but we just tried to execute them as like cleanly and as like not really efficient. Well, I guess in a sense efficiently because like we were on a time crunch, but also
Yeah.
in a very polished way, I think.
I think the efficiency was like forced due to the time crunch, but I think actually Blake said this where they said like Super Crush probably has the most like succinct concept
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
out of all the songs on the album.
Yeah.
And I think that's true partially because I had such a very specific like inspiration
Mm-hmm.
for the song, and also because we were on such a time crunch that there wasn't really much time
Right.
to sort of like dilly dally
Right.
and
Yeah.
like introduce a lot of like outside, like I think if we let this sit for too long it would have like complicated itself
Yep.
unnecessarily.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I remember I was
Oh, wait, is that
Know
okay?
about
Yeah,
the
the
background
ad
off the chain
libs.
vocals at around 212.
Yes, he means the
212.
ad libs.
The
Where is it? Where'd it go? Where are you?
Ad-libs.
I think is it
Oh, the
these?
ha.
I love auto-tune.
Yeah.
I believe these are the ones he's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for these, I wanted to push it into the background really hard and make it sound very artificial with the auto-tune.
We're gonna get
Yeah,
'em.
so I also sidechained it to the kick drum because it sounded very nice that way. I also sidechained the whole vocal bus to the kick, I believe. Yeah, I did. Just a tiny amount. You can't see it because on my screen. But like just a little bit of interaction with the kick helped a lot with the groove.
I see.
Is that sidechain? That's hot.
Yep. Yeah, but like specifically the ad libs, I added an extra bit of like full scale sidechaining on it
Right. Okay, that's interesting.
because I want it to be very very pumpy.
Right, in the back, yeah.
Yeah. How did the whole production timeline work for this album? Like planning, production, lyrics, mix, compiling, etc.
Oh, how did the
That's a big
entire
question.
timeline? Yeah.
We can talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, how long was it?
Well, so we had the concept for this album planned out pretty early on, mostly because when we started A World in Stop Motion, the concept of that was childhood, right? And then the next logical procession was teenager age. So it was sort of like we had always known what this album was gonna be like, and we sort of went like, okay, if they're teenagers, then it has to be like emo. They're like there's an excess of emotions. It's probably gonna be like a pop sound. And then I had banned Kagu from using orchestra.
And
Yeah.
thank you for that because he really loved to rely on it and rely
Yeah.
on those huge explosions of
Yeah.
like climaxes, and
Yeah.
there's none of that in this album.
There's none of that.
Yeah, there's none of it because I banned him from using it. But also, I
Yeah.
think
Thank you.
over the progress of like this year, I feel like you've also just in your own stuff have stopped like relying on it as much because you started doing other studies.
Yes, yeah. After I got into more just listening to a lot of, honestly, it was just listening to a lot of K-pop and just kind of trying to strip back music, because what I had to do basically was like strip back like what I like thought was comfortable for me and just kind of figure out what actually makes music, I guess, impactful to a lot of people. And I don't think that really hit until like I started making draft after draft for I almost said Super Crush again. Super Crush Central. I have to catch myself every single time, guys. This is a problem. So one huge thing that I realized, because as I was doing every draft, because I was also working on comms at the same time, I had to spend as little time as possible, but also dig out like as much variety as possible to kind of narrow down like the vibe and stuff. So the first draft for Supercross Central, I think I spent
There you
like
go.
2.5 hours on it, and that kind of helped me realize like what music in this, like, I guess, context is more impactful, I guess. And I guess that was just rhythm. Overall, like, especially after doing like the Drip Fest song and then the other song that I'm like waiting on. Yeah, it's just, yeah, that limitation really.
I'm just gonna link our Drip Fest song,
Hey,
which was one of our first. It was for the Hoyo Drip Fest, but it was like one of the earlier K-pop studies or
yeah.
K-pop influenced sounds.
Yeah.
But to go back to the production timeline, basically, Awism wrapped up all the post-production stuff, I want to say around November,
Yeah.
October, around that time.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were sitting on a draft of BS Song because BS Song sort of happened just spontaneously. And I think we were also sitting on, like, I think the first, like, minute
Of Ha.
of Head Above Water.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
didn't
at
know
the
Hall was that
time,
old.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Ha is pretty old. So we were sitting on those two things, but what we told ourselves was that we wouldn't do like specific work until the new year started because we were going to give ourselves a break. It didn't really happen because what ended up happening was we just both started working on other stuff instead.
Mm-hmm.
So the crunch time for this EP, like, it seems like we had until from January until now, but in reality, the crunch time for this EP was more like 2 or 3 months, which is around the same time that we did Awism.
Yeah, that's funny.
So
Honestly,
were
I
we
think
ready?
that's a good time period for an EP.
Yeah, so basically so for Super Crush, it was production first, like Kagu would come up with the drafts and then I would top line and then record, send to mix. And then for Ha, which we'll talk more about in our Ha stream, it was the sort of the other way around where I came up with the top line first and then it went to Kagu for production and then all of our collaborators. The process for Ha, I think, is a bit more convoluted just because there's so many people on Ha.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think we'll talk about that more in
Yeah.
detail on our Ha stream, which I think is next Friday.
Was it next or
Yes.
Next?
It's next Friday.
Okay.
And then the week after that, we will talk about the diagnosis. So the diagnosis was originally just an Andrew and Kagu draft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Where Andrew had like a guitar loop and Kagu was trying to make something with it. And then it eventually turned into this could be an option for EP2. And the more it polished, the more it was just like, yeah, this could be an option for EP2. So that one was also production first and then top line, but also the top lining process of that was also kind of convoluted. So tune in to the diagnosis stream to find out how we did that.
Yeah.
But in general, I want to say like the first half of the year was made up of a lot of like idea generation, where we were trying to throw things around like, is this gonna work? Is this not gonna work? And then I think once we hit June, August, and the deadline was very impending, it was sort of like, okay, guys, we need to lock in.
Yeah.
And that's when sort of Kagu made the finishing touches on all the production. I did all the final vocal work and the vocal arrangements. And then we were shipping it to Blake for mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the final stretch happened so fast.
Yeah. It really
Yeah,
We
and
had
the
the
final-
entire first half of the year to plan for everything and to avoid that sort of crunch at the end. But then in the end, the final crunch happened like so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, October was the busiest I've ever been with commissions. I had 16 mixes to do in October, including these 4.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were 4 of 16 projects I was on in October, and most of them were for Halloween. And so I was like absolutely in hell, like the deepest pits of it I've ever been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it was
yeah.
at some point it was just like me, Kagu, and Blake in call, and we would just be like, yes, we are
working.
here in solidarity.
Yeah, just like
working.
you got this.
And that helped a lot. That really did help because it felt like you guys were supporting me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
of
glad.
course.
It's like we're working in cubicles and we're just sitting there
Yeah.
like, hee. Sorry.
So basically, the short answer is it took around maybe like 10 months for this EP. The longer answer is that the bulk of the work probably happened in like 2 to 3,
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the process for each song varied, but it did help that we had some songs finalized before others so we could like shift gears.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, that's how it happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's all so music stuff aside. Then there was also the other stuff about like organizing the visuals for the whole album, like Fub's album art, what we wanted for the album art, and then the track list, which was really a crunch to finalize because we needed to tell Fub which songs were going to make it on the track list
Yeah.
so that he could make the track list. And then it was also like a lot of communicating with, if you tuned into our BS song stream, it was communicating with Soul and Clay on visuals for the BS song. And then again, there was going to be more stuff about that in our Ha stream about visuals for Ha because that one was also pretty intensive.
Mm-hmm.
For actually, yeah, I'll talk for Super Crush, the video. Well, I made the video
Yep. Let's go.
because
Wait, 1
I
second. Somebody asked were there songs that didn't make the cut?
Excluding the 4 drafts for SCC, I don't think so, actually. We were pretty, like, we were kind of set on how many songs were there. And we just kind of were like, okay, these are the songs, and that's it. We were just kind of focused on those. After we fulfilled that, like, I guess, quota for how many songs we wanted on EP2, I was like, okay, cool. Bam. I don't want to add any more songs to EP2. So we were pretty locked in from the start.
in a sense, you could say that all of the versions of SEC are like discarded songs, but
Yeah.
it's sort of like they never went far enough that I would call them full songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But I think that's mostly how we operate, where if there's like a draft that's just not good, I don't think we develop it far enough
Yeah.
so that it makes it on the EP to even be called like a discarded song in the first place.
Yeah. I basically just take and develop on my own time. Lol.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying about the video for this?
Oh yeah, so I basically came to the realization that we needed visuals for both Super Crush and The Diagnosis because we were gonna have a premiere stream, and I didn't want to just slap the album cover on because that's what the YouTube auto-generated audios look like.
Right.
Yeah.
And also, I knew because of the mixing crunch, I knew we weren't gonna get it up on Spotify in time, so we needed something like for people to listen to. So I took the sprites that are on the album work, and then I begged Fub to export all the separate like cast member doodles that are on the back of the album cover. And bless Fub. And then I slapped it onto a pink background and then added subtitles in Comic Sans.
Hell yeah, Comic Sans! Gotta love Comic Sans.
That video, you were like just freestyling the entire time. It was really funny to watch.
We were there for it, and it was so great. I remember when Blake was like, the timing of the frames, they're not lining up.
That was so fucking annoying. Oh my god. So I was trying to make it look interesting, right? So I made the sprite like wiggle basically because it was the extent of my video production knowledge. And I thought it was pretty good. And then Blake came into my stream was just like, actually that's not wiggling to the BPM of the song.
Do not actually me first and foremost, because
That's
that
what you
shit
literally said though.
bugs me so bad when there's a rhythmic element in a video and it doesn't sync up with the music.
Okay, well, and then we figured out, so because of the way the frame rates work, we couldn't actually get it to be the perfect, like, wiggle,
Yeah.
because it would have been in, like, 13 and a half frames or something like that.
Yeah, it's just like not possible. But
So
it was really close.
It was really close.
yeah,
You basically
really
can't
close.
tell. Basically.
It doesn't bother me, so it's fine.
There you go. As long as it doesn't bother Blake, it won't bother anyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so there's the
And I'm the
wiggle.
most annoying person I know, so.
Although, the confession is that there is another grievous mistake on the Super Crush video,
Oh.
is that if you look at it and you don't full screen it, there are two small black bars on both sides of the video. Because apparently, when I was making the video, I just never noticed that when I put in the pink background, I never zoomed it all the way in.
Oh my god.
Now you guys know.
So there's two black bars on the two sides of the Super Crush video. There is a separate mistake in the diagnosis, but I will not reveal that
I
until
noticed
we
it.
talk
I
about
noticed it. And I said I'm not gonna tell Lorian because in case she doesn't
No, I
know about
know.
it.
I know. I saw it. I saw
Yeah.
it during the premiere, and I was just like, "Oh my fucking god!"
I remember Lorian was just like, Kagu, are there black bars on the side? And I was like, no, surely they aren't. They aren't. And
No, you
I
sound crazy.
I blew it up full screen. I was like, oh.
I'm
Well,
on dark mode, so I can't see it.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
exactly,
Everyone
exactly.
should go listen to Super Crush while on dark mode,
exactly.
so they don't notice.
Yeah. Exactly.
Runs to the SCC video right now. No, Bloom, no. Please
So you
don't.
have to stay here in the stream with us.
Or
Yeah,
they
you
could
have
just
to- you have
open
to
it up on
spend-
another tab.
It's not noticeable if you're in theater mode. Yeah.
And that's why
Thank
theater
God.
mode exists on YouTube. To cover up for us.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
So-
nice of them.
Yeah, so I made that like pretty last minute. I think it was the week before it was supposed to go to premiere,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which explains all the mistakes, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's Super Crush.
That is Super
Super
Crush
Crush
Central.
really did come together really organically. Yeah.
Yeah. It basically just changed hands each time, and we were just like, trust the process,
Yeah, trust the process,
We
bro.
like
Yeah.
hot potatoed it to each other.
We literally did. We literally did. I think one of the most important parts, of just like working collaboratively is just kind of keeping an eye on like text checks and just like kind of being present and stuff.
Yeah.
Thankfully, since I think we're all chronically online, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everything there
Big
was.
time.
Every time there was like a big red alert, something like happening, like for example, like the effects, not being rendered correctly. Blake was just able to just message me, and I was like, I pop in like, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I did. So we were able to kind of smooth like the rough patches, I think, and I think it also helps that like, I think all four of us, sorry, Jen's not here. Sorry. All four of us are pretty
You're
accustomed.
no longer with us.
No longer with us. Rest in peace, Jen. We're all pretty accustomed to working in intense, tight deadlines as well. So I
Yeah.
think that experience kind of
Well,
helped
it-
us keep our cool.
It was not a change of pace at all from my other stuff because I was crunching for
Yeah.
like at the same time. It was like it was this
Blake
and
was
then like
actively dying.
Blake was actively
yeah,
dying.
yeah. Like I had to deliver a mix every like
Every other
1 to
day.
2 days. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. It was
So
like
it was
a,
like this is just like another fucking day at the office.
just another 9 to 5, just
Yeah.
another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever
If you
thought-
guys
And I had to mix
Had-
Alice in Musicland on top of this.
which was crazy, which was really good, by the way. Really like that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you guys want to have like an idea of what the time crunch was like, so the album released on Friday. We got the final mixes in on Wednesday.
Yeah.
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 Calculated
Like
though.
the premiere video was posted 2 days before because everything was only
No.
finished 2 days before.
Hold on. You got the masters in on Wednesday. You got the mixes like that Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Big difference, actually.
They are
Okay.
two different words.
Actually, mixing and mastering are two separate processes.
Okay.
Wonder asks, have you thought about sending music to music labels? Have we thought about that actually? I think we have at one point during EP1, and I think we just like we're like,
We floated the idea for about 2 seconds and then promptly forgot about it.
we did. Oh, we did. I guess we did. Yeah.
No, because I
Yeah, you-
remember we were thinking about like, oh my god, how are we gonna promo EP1? And you were just like, yeah, maybe we can send it to like one of those like
Internet
to like
labels.
those like internet labels or like a radio, like one of those internet radio things. And then we were gonna go figure out how to do that, and then we just promptly forgot about it.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think I tried to go onto the forums of Mr. Sewer Slide Sheep. Sheep? Dude, what is
Sheep.
up with my words today?
Gas leak.
Anyway, gas leak. Yeah, I guess we could think about that eventually. I don't know. I think we're still in like yeah. I don't really think it's like a priority thought yet.
It's not unless they want to fund us, which
Which would be really cool.
would be really nice
Yeah.
if we got funding to
Not
do
opposed
a
to the
stuff.
idea.
And
We have
could
money?
do-
Money?
Money?
You should try to pitch the songs to Spotify playlists. Oh, I did
We
that.
did. We did.
I did that.
did.
Yeah, we did
But
that.
apparently, you can only pitch one song per EP. So we pitched Super Crush.
Yeah. Was it one song per EP or one song per day?
I mean, you can check, but I'm pretty sure it's one song per like release.
Oh, okay. I'll check later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we pitched Super Crush. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but yeah. SCC is the most earworm. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I still find myself going super
Super Crush.
Yeah.
Super Crush Central.
Yes.
I'm just walking down the street. Someone says super, and I go Super Crush.
Super Crush.
Super
Crush Central.
Super Crush.
Super Crush Central.
Yeah.
Super Crush.
I'm thinking about all the like TikTok edits we could do.
Yeah, if anyone knows anyone that can do a TikTok dance to this,
Please
some
let us
contact.
know. Yes.
Yeah.
If you are a TikToker and you would like to make TikToks with I feel like I made the same spiel with BS Song. If you are a TikToker and you like Chalky and you would like to make TikToks with Chalky music, please just do it.
I'm gonna
Thank
hit
you.
the gritty.
Just do it.
Please.
Do it. If you're do it.
We would genuinely please.
Yeah. Hit the gritty and shoot the video.
If you want to make a lip sync to the part where everybody goes red flag, please.
Yes.
that's like such good TikTok fodder because you can duet that infinitely.
Yes. And that's the plan. We planned this all along from the very beginning. We totally
See, the
did.
problem with being
Pieces.
internet musicians is nobody really wants to film any IRL content.
Yeah. Yeah. All of us anime profile pics.
Yeah, my Doki Bird shocked face profile picture.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Shout out to Cilia.
Hell yeah. Well, let's
Yep.
see.
I'm gonna
Yep.
hit the orange justice. Vedra, genuinely, please
Yeah.
Do it.
do it.
Yeah.
I dare you. I double dog dare you.
I was gonna say double
I
dog.
triple dog dare you.
I quadruple dog dare you. Sorry.
I know you have
I
to.
better see a Super Crush dance like by the end of today, Australia time.
When I said quadruple dog, I thought
On my
quintuple.
desk.
How much you paying?
Hey, you're already getting
pay-
royalties. All
By
right.
the end of the day.
You're already getting royalties. Come on.
Can I pay you
Yeah,
with
stop
exposure?
playing with me.
Can I pay the exposure?
That was a joke.
Stream Vedra Ame. That was the first thing that came to mind. Sorry, Vedra.
Stream head above water, guys. Come on.
Yeah, head above. True. Head above water.
Stream head above water.
That has Vedra too. Get the question.
Stream
is a
the
red flag.
diagnosis
Oh my
for
God.
Andrew. The first get it?
Yeah.
Never mind. Bye bye. How where's that? What the Anyway, does anyone else have any questions about Super Crush or just the album in general? Please
Do you
let
guys
us
even
know.
care?
Yeah, if
You
it's
guys
a if it's song specific, we'll have to defer to the song.
If you
being
have a
specific.
song specific question, you can ask it now and we'll file it for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in case you
If you
forget.
even care.
If you even care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you a red flag or a green flag? You want to be a red flag or a green flag? Come on.
No.
Come on, Chalky Nation.
You guys wouldn't be red flags.
You guys would be red flag. Yeah.
Announcement.
Announcement.
All the instrumentals are now in the YouTube description of their respective videos. So if you were looking for them, you can now find them in the description of their respective YouTube videos. There is a regular version, and then there is a Pitch Me version without the drums.
Yeah. Enjoy.
And then
The
for
drums are
Super
also
Crush,
included, just so you know.
yes, and then for Super Crush, there is an extra bonus super special version with just the chants.
Yeah.
And if you have any problems with them, you can ask me and I will fix them.
Yes.
Yeah. We look
You
forward
can
to all your
ask-
covers.
You can DM at newarcs on twitter.com.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah. If you guys have any covers, feel free to tag all of us, like every single
Yeah,
one of us.
even me, please.
Even
I want to
yeah.
see.
Hell, if you want to tag Fub, go ahead.
Yeah, tag Pub.
Tag
Fuck
Fub.
it.
Yeah. We genuinely really love to see like the covers for our songs. I just think it's nice, you know. It's really
Please.
nice.
Please cover. Please. We didn't spend this much time and effort on these songs so that they would only exist in one place.
Exactly. Please.
Please. Yeah.
I almost died for these songs.
Almost. Almost.
Oh, what's that? Oh my god. You know what's really funny? Like, I never told you this.
Okay.
So, did you hear about the E. coli outbreak?
Oh, at McDonald's, yeah.
I was actually genuinely really concerned because I ordered you quarter pounders and the quarter pounders was the cause of the E. coli outbreak.
Yeah. I saw that after we finished. I was like, oh.
So
Oh, no.
when Blake was actively dying, I ordered the McDonald's and they had asked for a double quarter pounder and I ordered it. And then literally the day after, I saw that there was an E. coli outbreak at McDonald's, specifically in the quarter pounders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I was just like, oh no, did I accidentally give Blake E. coli?
Hey, yo, that McDonald's payout would have been huge though.
If I had E. coli exposure, I would have known by now.
Yeah,
Because I've had it before,
You've
and it
had
is
it
very
before?
noticeable. Yes.
Oh.
What does E. coli? Actually, no, I don't think I want to know.
I don't know if we want to go through that right now.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I just
no.
hate.
We don't need to break down E. coli on the Breaking Down Super Crush Central.
Let's
stream.
leave that to the scientists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want it
Yeah.
though.
Super crush
No.
my bowels. Thank you, Vetra, for your contribution to this stream.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think that is all the talking points that we had, though. So last
Let
call
us
for
double check.
questions.
Last call for questions.
Does
before
anyone want to know
goodbye
what I
forever.
did on the mix? Anyone even care? Why I
We
did
care.
things?
Didn't you already talk about them?
You did.
You did. Why are you? Why are you? Why are you? Why are
literally-
you gaslighting
Yeah,
us?
you literally like, yeah, you know, just this, I just did the usual, and then the chance, and then I just did the usual, and then the chance, you know,
And then the autotune.
and then the autotune, and then the chance.
I did. Zal, did you have a question?
Zal did ask questions.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I see.
Zal did care,
I see.
yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Zal cares.
All right. How much? Yeah. Any questions? Last call.
Last call.
Questions?
Actual last call.
Super crush, super crush central. I'm at girls. I'm at
Timberwolves are
girls
up by 9
gather.
against the Nuggets right now.
Yo, the Nuggets are falling off, dude. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, they're
this
watching
year.
ball.
They're watching.
Super
Yeah.
crush, super
I don't know what
crush
they're doing.
central. I'm at girls. I'm at girls get 'em.
It's a very sad
Super
performance
super
on
crush,
display
super
right now.
super crush central. I'm at girls. I'm at girls. I'm at.
Yeah.
So I walk into
I walk into the
party.
party. What
What
NBA team do you
team
support?
do you-
Timberwolves, baby. Minnesota
This guy's on the
Timberwolves.
Tims. I'm more of a player supporter. You know, I like individual players. I'm not really like a team guy. Just because my team sucks. Orlando Magic.
What's your team?
Orlando Magic.
Are stems coming out for this album?
They will be in the future, maybe.
Yes. Yes.
In the
we'll-
future.
we'll
You
make
tell me
them
I gotta
available.
render more stuff?
No. You're fine. You're fine. You're okay. It's okay, Blake. It's okay. You're fine. But yes, we're planning on releasing the stems in the future after we've got, you know, a couple more things squared away. Yeah. That's
Wink.
wink wonk.
Wink.
Wink wonk wink.
Only one wink.
Only one wing. Oh
One,
no.
just one.
I overdid it.
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if there are no more questions, I think it's safe to call it here. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Chalky Nation, thanks for tuning in to 1.43 a.m. Super Crush Central. This
Super
has
Crush.
been Chalk.
And this has been Key with our special
And
guest.
And I'm new, Arcs.
Guys, we should
we're-
wrap.
We're signing off. You guys have a wonderful night. See you guys next time, next week for Head
Oh,
Above
Night.
next week we're gonna
Water.
be breaking down Head Above Water with the whole team. It's like so many people.
It's a
Please
lot of
come.
people.
lot.
We're gonna have
a lot.
like time slots and everything. Hopefully, it'll be fine. It'll be fun. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
I keep my head.
Ooh,
Keep
all
my
right,
head
guys.
above water.
Bye bye.
I keep my head.
Bye.
Bye.